Hello and welcome to God Moments. I'm visionary John Harper, and this is my wife, Cookie Harper, and we welcome you to the show today. Miss Cookie?
Oh, we're going to have a great time today. I'm excited about
Yes,
this
we
program
are.
because we have a special guest with us who is going to talk to us about light.
You know what God said in Genesis 1 and 3? And God says, let there be light. But what if there was another kind of light? Come back in just a moment and hear our very special guest. Welcome back to God Moments. This is an exciting program. It is my privilege and honor today to introduce a friend of mine. I think we've known each other like maybe a year, a little bit more.
Yes.
And she is president, her and her husband, the founder of Watts of Love. What is
W-A-T-T-S.
Watts of
As in
Love?
electricity.
Now, there's all kind of
I love it.
love, but this is
Watts
something
of
that
love,
they're
yes.
doing all over the world and sharing about how they can bring the light. Talk to us a little bit, Nancy, about it.
Yeah, well,
What it is
thank
you
you
do,
for
yeah.
having me. I'm so
Oh, it's a
excited.
privilege to have you here today.
Yeah,
Thank you. So Watts of Love began 4 years ago. I'm a mother of 5 boys, so I was very busy at home doing laundry and all of my motherly duties. And I went to the Philippines, and it's there that I witnessed truly living in darkness and how that affected people. And I also saw a young girl whose face had been severely burnt.
I remember you telling us about
Yeah,
that.
and
Come
the
on.
teachers said to me, oh, this happens all of the time. And I'm like, well, how can that happen all the time? And they say they live with kerosene. And the kerosene falls over and it becomes, it ignites and it ignites the children. The statistics that I've now learned is that more women and children die of kerosene-related deaths than HIV and TB combined.
Wow.
It's staggering. It's 2 million
amazing.
people, and mostly children and women because they're the ones closest to the fire.
Right.
And these
so-
are third world countries.
These are third world, but also, developing nations
Okay.
where they may have electricity, but it's rolling electricity. So, you may have
The brownouts.
days,
Days,
brownouts,
right.
and
Sure.
so now you're forced to use kerosene. So after that trip and just realizing what it'd be like and the dangers, I thought, as a mother, how sad it would be to how do you change a diaper? How do you care for a child that's throwing up? How do you live life in darkness? So I came home and I said to my husband, I feel like I'm being called to bring solar lights to people living in darkness.
Okay.
Now, my background is in jewelry design. So I sold.
And you have some beautiful stuff.
These
right
are now made in Haiti and Africa. And
Yes, she's bringing them back.
Yeah.
a little different because my background was with sales for Cartier. So
Okay.
I was serving the top 1%
I
of
passed
the
by
world.
Cartier one time. Yes.
So serving the top 1% of the world, the people who have so much. And then starting Watts of Love, I'm probably at the bottom 1% of the world. And what I've learned is who I want to be through them. It's just been an amazing journey. So let me show you what we have. Is that okay?
Sure.
Sure.
Yes.
So this is the light that we bring to families, and we are very intentional with the people that we give the
Okay.
lights to. Number one, they have to be in tremendous need. So they're usually very difficult areas to find. They're remote, mostly indigenous people.
Okay.
So that's really where my heart is. So this is a light. It comes with a solar panel, and it plugs right in here. You can see it plugs right in there. And these symbols are very important. And why? Because most of the people that we serve can't read. They can't write. They've never plugged something in. They have no electricity. So we take time. Okay, use 2 fingers, pull this out, push it in.
Okay.
So we're really empowering them to use this the best that they can. So the solar panel plugs in. There's 4 light settings. Number 1
Wow.
is
Very good.
kind of like a night light. So now you can care for your children. You can see your children. Number 2 will last, the first setting will last 130 hours of continuous runtime.
Wow.
So the second setting will last 30 hours, 20 hours, and then 10 hours. So this will illuminate an entire home, so now your children can study. The statistics on studying is with a simple light, a child would get at least 2.5 years further education and study 48 minutes a day longer.
That's
because
amazing.
usually they're near kerosene and that smoke and the soot is burning
Wow.
in their eyes, or a family can't afford to buy the kerosene, so they can't study.
You know, education is so powerful for anyone, anywhere in the world. And we think about how Watts of Love is empowering them, because, you know, the educational process would be hindered on many levels, on many
Yes.
stages. So, and when
So
you're
it's
coming in
elevating.
there, there's another component I think that you need to talk to us about that's in there. Is that correct?
There's 2 components.
Okay.
The first one is it charges a cell phone. And now most people are probably saying, well, if they live so remotely, how can they have a cell phone? And everywhere in the world, most of the people, very few people I've come across, don't have a cell phone. And the reason why is the cell phone companies give out very inexpensive. It's not like the United States where they have to sign up on a monthly
It's not
fee.
the iPhone 7.
So they get it right. No, it's not like an iPhone 7. And so they get usually a free phone, and then when they have $1 or $2, they go and they buy a few minutes. So that allows them to have business,
Okay.
to communicate with family. It's their only source of communication, so it's very important. So here it has the phone charger, and then it comes with 3 different adapters.
Okay.
So now they're able to charge their cell phone. The exciting thing about this is they can also charge if they're low on funds and they don't have a cell phone, they can go to their neighbor. Say, okay, 5 pesos for 1 hour.
There you go.
So they're starting their own businesses
That's
through this
great.
light.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You know, I think about that, and I think I'd heard that somewhere from you, that they're able to plug that in, get a few dollars. So you're empowering people for the next level in life, and they're not always just begging or kind of eking out an existence. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when we first started Watts of Love, there's 2 stories I want to share.
Okay.
The very first 2 lights that we gave out, we came upon this woman in the Philippines in a small remote island called Iling in Occidental Mindoro of the Philippines. And we went up to this woman and she was in the fetal position. And we said, oh, Nanay, we're here to give you this light. She burst out crying and she said, I cannot accept this from you. We said, well, why not? She said, I am too poor for you to love me.
Oh.
I have been abandoned by my family. I have been forgotten by my government, and I've been cursed by God.
Oh.
We said, no, Nai, we're here because you are seen. You are valuable. And by the end of it, she was standing up, praising God, thanking us for the light. And it was, for me, a lesson that it's not about necessarily the poverty elimination, although that's huge,
Yes.
but it's the love and the pathway to their heart, and to tell them that they're not forgotten about and they are loved. And who doesn't want to hear that?
Yeah. You know, I'm listening to this. This is so powerful because, during the Olympics, they had a commercial that came on that just grabbed my attention. And the title of it, remember that? The title was that there's gold in all of us. Gold in all of us. And when I heard that, I said I had to have that clip so I could keep playing it and sharing with people about the intrinsic value of a human being. And there is like 0.002222 milliliters of gold inside of every human being and most of it's in the bloodstream. And I thought about that and what you're bringing this value to the people who feel like they have no value. For her to say that, that I don't even think that God.
So it actually changes their perspective of themselves, along with getting this gift of life, because that changes their whole life, as far as in the culture and in the natural,
Yes.
So that is an amazing thing because we all need light.
Let there be light.
Yeah, we all need
But
light.
you're bringing light.
Yes.
Bringing
to a
Physically bringing light to the
tangible
nations.
manifestation of the light.
Yes. We're excited about this subject.
Yes.
We really are. And so we need to take a break, and we're going to come back and we're going to talk more about the light.
Watts of love.
Yes. Come back.
Thank you for watching God Moments. God Moments is designed with you in mind. There will always be exciting guests. There will always be an impartation waiting for you. That's what God Moments are all about.
And God moments are happening all the time. They're happening in your life, they're happening in our lives. And we want to share those. So come and join us every week.
I pray that your level of expectation would be elevated in a powerful way as you watch God Moments. There are incredible things that are happening in the earth today, and we want you to be a part of it. Miss Cookie?
Join us every week on God Moments, and you will have an experience of a lifetime. It will never be the same.
So remember, opportunities of a lifetime must be seized in the lifetime of the opportunity. Welcome back to God Moments. We're having an exciting time sharing about Watts of Love with our very special guest, Nancy Economou.
Yes.
It's great having you on the program today.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, look, we need more demonstration, but also you just returned from Nepal. Can I say that?
Yes.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
good. How was the trip?
Well, we returned Friday, so just a few days ago.
Yes.
It was amazing. We went in to Nepal a year and a half ago, right after the earthquake. And we were up in
Yes.
the Himalayas distributing lights, but the very last day we were there, somebody said, "Oh, Nancy, there's a leper colony."
A leper colony.
A leper colony.
Wow,
And I was so excited. I'm probably not like most people, but I'm like, a leper colony? I've always wanted to go to a leper colony. Let's go.
Now, I was in Nepal in 2009 in Kathmandu, and they didn't mention the leper colony, and I'm kind
Yeah. Well, you'll come back with me.
You have a little fear about
well, I guess as a pastor, I
Okay.
should go in there, right?
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I love these products that you have here. There's just so much to see and to experience concerning these lights that you bring into these different nations and countries and to indigenous people. But I see we have one here for the head, and I know you're going to talk about that
Yeah,
one.
give that to her
and
so
I
she can
see
explain that a little bit
yeah,
about that.
and look at these panels. These panels are incredible, and
The
these are the
solar
ones
panels.
that get charge up what you need. And I mean, you just have something for everywhere.
Well, that
for
solar
every
panel,
different,
you're tapping into
So that is
light.
awesome. I mean, this is just great. I
Wow,
think I'm going to
it's
have
good
to get
stuff.
one of these for just my house.
Well, you
But,
can.
Incredible.
Well,
so
tell us a
tell
little
us
bit
about
about
some of
this.
these products.
So this is the solar headlamp, and there's a solar panel on the back, and it turns on and off like that. It's very directional. And what we use this for is the midwives. So we call the midwives out from the mountain areas because they're delivering the babies with no light. Go ahead and take a look at that.
I want to take a look
Oh,
at that.
try that. I want to see you try that
so-
on.
I want to. Is it on?
Yeah.
Well, and then I want to put it on too, because I might need to.
Okay.
And then I need to flip this up, right?
There you go.
Look at that. Look at that. Is that something or what?
That's
I
different.
could find you in the house now if I had this.
That's awesome. So tell us, how does this really, I mean, not only for the midwives,
Yes.
but I'm sure that I've seen it in some of your video where they actually walking through their terrain, you know, and it's dark.
So there's things that we don't realize what it's like to live in darkness. And for them, they were so happy with their headlamp. And the reason why is because they don't have bathrooms inside of their little compounds. So they go out, they don't have hands, you know, they may not have feet, they might have leprosy in the eye. It's very challenging. And so at night, when they received this, they said, now we can go to the bathroom. So for navigating, their hands are free. They're able to see where they're going. Simple things that
So many
just bring
things
dignity.
we take for granted.
Yes.
You know what this is? This is
Wow.
in the scriptures.
awesome.
It talks about God would give people witty inventions.
Yes.
You know, witty, and this is one of those witty inventions.
You know, how did you come up with this design?
Where was
now,
the seedbed for
does
that?
your now I think your husband has a part in this, right?
Yes.
As far as construction and building and whatnot. So how did you come up with this particular design?
Yeah, so my husband has, his background is in architecture and construction management. So when I started Watts of Love, I was able to kind of piggyback off of his engineers and say, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I want. One of the products that we introduced about a year ago has all of the same components of the first light with the phone charger, the solar panel, but then on this side, it has a radio. And in Haiti and certain areas that we work, you know, they can't get any of their news or any type of outside information. So this is really very important to them. And it can scan for different radio stations. And then you can also, depending upon who we're working with, put a thumb drive in and it can download.
Matthew 6.
Wow. We need to take a break in just a moment and come back. I want to hear so much more about this and how it works and how you're reaching really the unreached
Yes.
with people who have almost just said, hey, it's over for these people, or they got to continue to eke out an existence, and you're bringing the light. How did we know that Genesis was going to be so expanded with not just the sun and the moon, but now we're tapping into technology, we're tapping into this particular area. And if you're watching this program right now, I want you to really key in to our next segment, because I believe that there's some information that will be given to you that you can know how to support the ministry of Watts of Love and the industry of what is happening there. So come right back right after the break, and we're going to share a little bit more about Watts of Love with our good friend Nancy Economou. Wow, this has been great.
What is a God moment?
A God moment is a Kairos moment where God steps in and does the impossible. It is a miraculous moment when God and only God could give you the kind of results that you're looking for.
We stand on his scriptures, and his scriptures tell us that he is always concerned about us and that he intervenes in the lives of those who he loves. Over the years, we have seen God moments step into our lives and just blow our minds because he is doing the extraordinary in our lives.
You should, and we live with that kind of expectation that God can do anything but fail.
We'd love to hear from you, so you can like us on Facebook, and you can also go to our website, www.harperministries.com. God can step into your moment anytime now.
Have a blessed day, and may God bless you richly.
We're so excited that you're back with us at God Moments because we have a special guest today, Nancy Economou, who works through Watts of Love, which God gave her to bring light into the world for those places that are dark. And so, Nancy, thank you so much for coming and being with us today. I am so excited about this product and how it's revolutionizing people's lives. So tell us more about the countries that you go to, because I'm sure there have been challenges there. You know, tell us about some of the
Yes.
challenges, but also about,
Come on,
you know,
chime
some of the
in.
great
Yeah,
people you've
it's
met.
good.
Yeah, we have lights in 22 nations. So in
22.
4 years, we've been able to give out 12,000 lights. So
That
we
is
have
great.
really made a huge impact. And one area that we have just started going into is Haiti. I was there 4 years ago, and you know, just every door that I opened after I was there just kept shutting and shutting. And in the last 2 years, they've opened up back in Haiti. And we're in the Central Plateau. And Haiti is a challenging place. It's very corrupt to get product in there. They were held in customs for 8 months, but we're really figuring out how to get in there. And in the Central Plateau, it's an area that we're working with women that are so poor, completely illiterate. They have at least 10 children. It's probably one of the worst places in the world I've ever seen.
Is that one of the places that you visit more often, Haiti? Because every time I think I'm talking with you, you're on the way to Haiti or leaving Haiti or some of those areas?
Yeah, we've been, I really have a heart for Haiti. Some of the women that I've met and talked to there, the hunger and the starvation is like none I've ever seen, where the mothers say they take a cloth and tie it around their stomach and pull it so tight that it wards off hunger. And they deprive themselves because they may have a cup of rice every day and they're giving it to their children. The good news is once they receive this light, they now have the 30% of their whatever money they have usually goes towards lighting. And we have seen in 30 days, I was there in May and then back in June, and in 30 days, some of the women said to me, "You can't believe what I've done. I bought a chicken with their savings."
Okay.
And what we have to understand is this is a big deal, because now they're able to feed their children. They have protein every day. And then they can have more chickens. And it's a cascading effect where they'll buy a goat, then they'll buy pigs. They can start, it radically transforms the whole family. So and we see that globally, but Haiti, it's just, it's been rough to see their conditions.
You know, I'm thinking on this, that, you know, that one island, it's really two countries, you know, and a border separates Haiti from what, the Dominican Republic, and one has light and some prosperity and wealth and tourist industry, and the other one is sitting in darkness.
Suffering.
You know, and there was a word that, you know, those who have sat in darkness, light is sprung up. You know, and that's what Watts of Love is doing.
They are.
Light is literally springing up. You're bringing light to people. Not only that, I'm going to push you a little bit farther. You're bringing prosperity to the people as well, too.
Yes.
In Haiti, you're bringing prosperity. Now, when I look at this, how can people watching this program today acquire some of these products and support what you're doing around the world?
Well, thank you. There's a few different ways that people can get involved. Donations are always appreciated.
Okay, so on your website, and what is your website again?
So our website is www.wattsoflove.org.
That's pretty easy, yeah.
It's pretty easy. So donations, they can also be part of the global travel team.
Now, what's
Now,
that?
what's that about?
So that's where people have a heart for the field, and you know, it is rough. It's not always easy, and they can be part of the education. When we bring the product in, we spend a tremendous amount of time educating people. So we need a travel team with us that have the willingness to sit down and teach people how to push the buttons. They may not have glasses, so it's showing them how to feel and how to navigate, teaching them how to save. So that's a big part of what, it's not just a handout, like here you go, here you go. It's spending time and loving on the people.
Teaching?
Yeah.
Teaching.
Teach them. Now,
Enrichment.
how do you make the connections with the places that you go to? Because you need translators, I'm
Yes.
sure. So how do you work that?
So we always make sure that we have a good local partner who is on the ground. So it could be government.
Heidi Baker.
Right, Heidi Baker. We work.
Someone who,
Yep.
who's been working with the people a long time, know the language.
Someone who has a heart for the poor.
Has the kind of help that
A
you
heart
need.
for the poor.
Yes.
Now that just resonated with me, I'll tell you that. Heart for the poor.
Isn't that the truth?
Because, we live in America.
Yeah.
And, it's one of the greatest countries in the world.
Yes.
And when you think about where you're going in different places and you're making an impact and transforming lives, I think of you as a transformational leader in the world today, making an impact.
That's so
I mean,
true.
this is making a mark that cannot be erased.
Yes.
When I think about that, the love,
I
the
think-
name,
Yeah.
Watts of Love, it's all, I think, a part of a plan, a more superior plan than what we're seeing in the world today.
Some of our products, like this particular one, I know you were sharing with us earlier how this not only charges phones, and you can also have a radio on here.
Yes.
So you can get to hear, what's going on in your area, but also the Bible,
Yes.
which is awesome. So they can hear it audibly,
Yes.
which is great. So, I mean, what an impact that you're having, on these people, not only in their culture, but also in their personal lives and in their families. So we're so excited that you came today and joined us, and that we got a chance to be a part of this Watts of Love, and that there are people out there who want to give.
Yes.
You want to give to this particular
I encourage you to give to this.
need. And it's a great need. And we take for granted that we have light all around us all the time, and we don't even think about it. We take it for granted. But there's someone out there who wants to give light to a dark place, and you want to donate today, please go on the website, wattsoflove.org, give today, be a part of the global team. We're so excited. We're hoping that maybe one time we'll be able to go.
As one of the team members,
Let's
do it.
Yeah. We can take the light, send the light,
That's
be
right.
the light.
Be the light.
You know?
all kind of light.
Yeah.
So
Filled
we're
with
excited
light.
What a
about
great
that.
program today.
Yeah, it was
and it went
awesome.
by so fast.
It did.
And I want people to start to support Watts of Love and send
Absolutely.
donations on our website. She's already identified that. It's on the screen. But make sure you do that.
And
This
they
is
can
an
also-
opportunity.
They can also purchase for themselves.
Yes.
If they
You want this.
I want
have
one.
it in their home for emergency.
Sure.
We work with
whenever
FEMA.
The lights, yes.
So disaster relief.
Wow.
So
That's great.
it's a big, even for Americans, we realize there's times that
Sure.
we need it here.
Yeah. This is an opportunity.
Yes.
And
great
a God
opportunity.
moment.
And a God moment.
And we always say,
Opportunities of
a lifetime must be seized in the lifetime of the opportunity. Seize your God moment and seize Watts of Love. That's a powerful thing too, yes.